Okay, so Anubis Empire starting down south this time around as the blue team. Their opponents, of course, the Immortals starting up north, troops led by Unreal Rogue, rolling out with the exact same lineup that we had seen in the previous set. When it comes to Anubis Empire, it is almost the same lineup as well, of course. This time around, in terms of sheer armor, Anubis Empire does have the advantage here because they sacrificed one of their AMX 100 for an extra IS3.
Yeah, definitely so. So, I mean, early on, we can see both teams just really going for this, just trying to secure the railway, at least one side of it, at least one side of the map. Early on, we are seeing the Immortals focusing on the western side of the map, whereas Anubis Empire, we don't have complete vision on them, but one of those light tanks was taken out on the railway.
Yes, indeed. The Sirius drawing first blood here. Ergonen was taken down. Now, like Andy said, we don't have vision onto the Anubis like squad at the moment, so we really don't know where they are. It might be east, it might be west. I'd love to get some
I think they were just probably camping somewhere in the southern city. I mean, I would be extremely surprised if
Anubis like committing to a push.
if Anubis were committing or trying to go for a push anywhere. So I'm expecting them to either be camping right south of where the Immortals are, just once they cross the railway in those kind of behind those buildings and such. But yeah, it's really just gonna come down to it's gonna play out. I feel like how the first 4 sets played out. I mean, we're gonna probably wait. We're gonna see these teams wait for about at least half the set, and then once the Immortals feel confident enough, they're just gonna go in and go for a push. But until then, I'm expecting a slow set.
Okay, well, as a matter of fact, now we do get eyes on Anubis,
I'm actually wrong.
Well, no, they're not pushing, but they definitely have squad at the eastern front. They actually have crossed to the northern side as we speak, so their base is completely empty. Right now, of course, and right now, you know what? On the observer, I'm actually just watching the Immortals. Their T1 has crossed to the westernmost point of the map, and I think the heavy tanks are going to follow suit as well. But yeah, Anubis Empire is still having a pretty good crack. It's a highway to the northern base here. That eastern road, of course, that is east of. Okay, one tank has been spotted. No.
Yeah, one tank has been spotted there.
On the Anubis side, one tank has been spotted. The Sirius saw Vega Knight, although, yeah, Vega Knight could not see the Sirius though, but...
I mean, with that information, if I were on the Immortal side, I would go into the southern city. Like,
but you know, they have already, like, their T1 is nearly at the base. You can't see it on screen right now. But their T1 is nearly at the Anubis base down south, so they know that... at least the western front is not defended properly. Either they move right now or they stay put.
Yeah,
if they want to move in, they got to move in right now.
I mean, look, they're all grouped up and they're ready to cross, but they're not crossing yet.
They're not committing yet because they don't want to leave.
They could be scared of Anubis push.
Exactly, because they know that if Anubis pushes east, then it's going to be very hard. If they manage to get to those ruins unchallenged, it's going to be very hard for them to actually recapture the northern base as well. So that's why they're hesitating. If I were the Immortals, I would actually send like the 2 westernmost tanks on my lineup, which probably are the MX-50s 100s. I would send them south. Just make the cross.
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, definitely securing, at least getting a couple of those heavy forces into the southern city will give you a lot more map control. Plus, vision all around that area right now, and they did lose vision on Anubis Empire. So they're still expecting them to be more towards the eastern side of the map. However, at the same time, I mean, enough time has passed to where they could have repositioned to the center.
Yeah,
of the city.
Exactly. So you never know with Anubis. Like, maybe they were just like feigning this, and maybe now they're just like regrouping towards closer to the base as well. Once again, playing the waiting game here. The Immortals feeling quite comfortable, just leaving their T1 all the way down south, so far undetected, and securing the western position.
Yep, definitely.
As long as they stay there, they still have a really good defensive setup. If let us assume Anubis goes for northern base capture, if they decide to commit, then basically they would send their T1 to capture the southern base, while the remaining tanks would actually take care of the northern base defense as well. So
yeah, definitely so. So yeah, really a lot of mind games going on right now.
I know.
Like the dilemma that I think the Immortals are discussing right now is if they're going to go for a push, should or should they not leave one of the heavy forces
Exactly.
back?
They're like I think they're really,
and they're sending one back, you know, just in case.
I think they're really scratching their heads as to is it wise to separate our forces right now? But if we go all in, like, isn't that too much of a risk? I mean, this is the final set, so obviously there's a place in the final to be had like here. So definitely worth just the points and the effort. Not taking any chances. Now half of the time has gone by already in this fifth set. Sorry.
Yeah, so I mean, like I predicted, I mean, really, there's going to be very little movement coming out, at least for the majority of this set. It's going to be a while. I mean, not a while, but maybe a couple more minutes. I mean, Sirius is going to cross here. He is in the tunnel area, and he has crossed a little bit, but he's still undercover, so he's still safe right there. His team is right behind him, ready to cross as well. I mean, Immortals have been in the same position for most of the set so far. They're like so ready to cross. Honestly,
they are crossing.
Yeah, at the drop of a dime, they're able to cross, and they have sent both their AMX-50s.
Yeah, Kitan and Savange are to the westernmost front pretty much, and they're slowly going to progress south towards where the T1 is pretty much. I think they're going to take position towards the ruins. Right now, okay, Iron Buzz is crossed as well. Everybody's crossed.
Yeah.
Everyone has crossed. Every single one of them is crossed, and I think they're really just going to try to bully themselves in pretty much. Now, really, the big if is what are Anubis Empire doing? Why aren't we getting eyes on target, though? I really would love to see where they are, because I'm dying of curiosity right now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Anubis Empire, they could be anywhere right now,
really
because we haven't seen them in like probably the last 4 minutes or so. But Anubis, or the Immortals, have made it into the southern city right now. They have split up just slightly. Their two AMX-50s more towards the north over there, whereas the rest of their force is going to have a straight shot towards the enemy Anubis starting position. So, yeah, I mean, it would be really nice to actually get vision on Anubis Empire just to see how potentially this could play out right now. But, I mean, just looking at, I mean, from the perspective of the Immortals, like, let's like, Philip, but why don't we pretend we're one of these tanks right now on the Immortals? We have absolutely no vision on. Right, I mean, we have vision now. But
you can't just go in the way that they are right now, because you get punished. And right now, finally, we do get eyes on Anubis Empire, and look at that. It's a perfect defensive setup. I mean, like, right now, the way that they are, look at Anubis Empire right now. The way that they are is that if their base is being captured, they're just going to make a frontal assault. And to be really honest with you, if the Immortals try to capture the space the way that they are right now, where they're positioned right now, they would get mangled. They really would get mangled. And right now, meanwhile, Anubis Empire is sending one of their T1s to the northeast, just possibly making sure that pretty much the Immortal tanks have made the crossing to the south, and also trying to get an assessment as to where the last T1 is. Okay, like the Immortals slowly creeping in towards the Anubis starting position, but really, if I'm to be honest with you, I don't think they can pull off a successful base capture the way that they are right now.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, it's so easy to defend that defend that starting position. There's really, like, I think there's only a couple barrels or something.
There's absolutely no cover out there.
Yeah, exactly.
And because of the building angles and whatnot, the way that Anubis were positioned, like, completely as a one-liner, yeah, the base capture has started, so that's going to force Anubis, like, out of their hole. But the way the position is just, like, basically they've got an amazing setup here. They're careful pretty much.
Oh, look at that line.
It's like, yeah, it's a straight up line that's just gonna progress like fourth, and with the AMX-50 like covering in the back as well. So there is absolutely no loophole out there. So yeah, I think it's going to give them the edge. Of course, it all comes down to execution. I mean, ultimately, but really just the positional advantage has to go to Anubis Empire.
The base capture has been stopped. T1 does go down here, and I mean, the Immortals, they're here, they want to engage. Oh, Sirius taking some damage from Gunner.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Vatsuga is in,
Vatsuga is right there in the corner, in the southeastern corner.
We just got vision of him, but I mean, the angles he can actually get are quite limited because some of the buildings are, too high.
Oh, Gunner taking a lot of damage here, courtesy of Kitan. Michelantini comes there to help as well.
Oh,
Gunner. Kitan is almost out of shells, though. He's going to have to reload really soon.
Yeah, he does. Oh, man, he's some nice damage.
Oh,
wow,
and
look
he
at
goes
that.
Down. Gunner goes down. That really is huge, because that does give the tier 8 point advantage.
Yeah, and there's only less than a minute, 45
Exactly,
seconds
like 45
remaining
seconds.
right now.
That's a remake of Himmelstoff.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I would
Exactly.
run. I would run if I were
just
the Immortals.
really exactly retreat. Like the Immortals
Yeah.
right now have to retreat. They gotta stay under cover because right now, to be real honest with you, Anubis Empire has relinquished their advantage. They have to charge. They have no other option but to charge. And the way that the Immortal tanks are being positioned right now, they have the defensive edge right here.
Exactly. So Savanj is gonna come here to try and cut off Batsuaga. Batsuaga coming here to try and finish off the series.
The series, exactly, but Savanj is here to
yeah.
help. Batsuaga's gonna go down.
Savanj.
Batsuaga's gonna go down. Batsuaga's gonna go down right here. I don't believe it.
Batsuaga gonna go down.
He
and that's
does
gonna
go down.
secure the victory.
Indeed, well done. Well done, Immortals. Oh boy, Immortals, your winners and our first finalists for this week.